We just got a random Woj bomb at 12:16 p.m. Eastern. The Toronto Raptors are finalizing a trade to send OG Anunoby to the New York Knicks for a package including RJ Barrett, Emmanuel quickly, and draft considerations. There are other parts of this trade that we're about to get into, but this just came out of absolutely nowhere. First things first, I ranked the top 100 players in the NBA this season, and I was about to upload that video. That was what I was working on, but I'm going to push that off till tomorrow or the next day. So sub up, turn on notifications if you guys want to see that. But we just got this breaking news. Matter of fact, it just came out that the pick that the Knicks are sending to the Raptors is a second-round pick from the Detroit Pistons. So I guess that's a pretty good pick since the Pistons are the worst team. That's basically like an end of the first round pick. So that's a solid pick that they're sending. Also, the Raptors are sending Precious Achiuwa to the New York Knicks. I know that doesn't sound like a big piece to most of y'all, but the Knicks just lost Mitchell Robinson for the season. Isaiah Hartenstein's been playing 30-35 minutes pretty much every game. So now they have Precious Achiuwa, who will eat up some of those backup center minutes. I assume they kind of needed that. This trade is obviously fresh in everyone's mind, so you guys can comment. Who do you think won this trade? Was it the Raptors? Was it the Knicks? That's obviously the conversation that, you know, is going to be had whenever a trade goes down. If I had to pick, it's kind of tough. The Raptors are kind of rebuilding, and this is the beginning. They just traded OG. Are we going to see Pascal traded? I mean, it seems like it'll be kind of likely. Scotty Barnes is not, I don't think they're going to trade him. That is the franchise player. But Pascal Siakam being rumored to be traded to a lot of teams. My Warriors might end up getting him. That's going to be something to watch. The Raptors, they're making moves early. Like, we're not even near the trade deadline yet, and they're already trading some of their main pieces. Now, RJ Barrett has this season on his contract, and he has 3 more seasons. Pretty much everyone in this trade, and we could pull up the contract in a second, everyone in this trade is pretty much on the last year of their deal. I think OG Anunoby has a player option next season, so will he take that to stay with the Knicks? I don't know, but RJ Barrett is the player that has the most control, so the Raptors are gonna have him for this year and then 3 more after this. So that's a pretty good pickup for the Raptors when you had OG, who was probably gonna decline the player option. You were gonna lose him, and the Raptors are also getting that Pistons pick. That's a pretty solid pick. Again, what is that gonna be, pick 31, whatever, right after the end of the first round, I assume, unless I'm wrong on that, but that's a pretty good pick, second round Pistons pick. So this could be a win-win for both teams. The Knicks have been lacking a defender. Obviously, Knicks fans, I know a lot of you guys are going to watch this video, they've been wanting Damian Lillard. Well, that's not going to happen now, but they've been wanting Donovan Mitchell as well. Donovan Mitchell being rumored to be traded. I believe the Cavs said they're not going to trade him, but Knicks fans really want Mitchell. He's a guy that really, it seems like, wants to play for the Knicks, wants to be in New York. He's a big Mets fan, you know what I'm saying? I think his dad works for the team or something, but no. They go out and they go get OG Anunoby, who is a player that I think the Knicks need. I think OG is a better fit than RJ Barrett. RJ was giving the Knicks 18 points per game, but I feel like they didn't really need that production from him. RJ was also not the most efficient. He's a player the Knicks have been waiting to break out and just take a step forward, and they haven't gotten that from him. So they're kind of moving on from that. They got the offensive production from Brunson and also Randall. Now they're bringing in their best defender on the team, OG Anunoby, who will take those assignments. They didn't really have a guy that was, you know, shut down, lights out, whatever you want to say, when it comes to defensively. Now you got OG Anunoby. He is going to take a majority of those big defensive assignments when you go up against, you know, some of these top teams. And Knicks, honestly, in my opinion, needed that. So real quick, taking a look at the contracts of the players involved in this trade, we got RJ Barrett, who this season is being paid $23 million. The money's not the biggest of things that I want to pay attention to, but you guys can see he has 3 more seasons after this of control. So that's pretty solid for the Raptors, who are rebuilding, and you got Scotty Barnes. So it's not like they're in too far of a rebuild. You know what I'm saying? They could turn things around pretty quickly in like a year or two if they make the right trades. And if RJ starts to develop, this could be a pretty good signing for him. He's a player that one of the top players in this class. What was it, 2018, 2019 draft? And, you know, I think he could pan out. So this could be a pretty good trade for the Raptors. Quickly, on the other hand, had club option or team options, I believe, that the Knicks accepted. He's gonna be a free agent in the offseason, so I don't know what they're really going for with the Quickly piece right there, because they'll probably lose him in free agency unless I'm just misunderstanding this. If we go to OG Anunoby though, this year he's paid 18.6 million, and then next season, like I said, he has a player option. Is he gonna take that for the Knicks? I honestly have no clue. I have no clue. If I had to guess, it would, I mean, I don't know. He could, he could not. I would have to say you got to see how the things go for the Knicks in the playoffs. If they go pretty far, I think OG takes it. He's being, you know, paid about 20 million if he accepts this. Can he get more in free agency? Maybe a little bit. I mean, we got to see how this season really plays out. I would say he could probably get a little bit more than that in free agency. But if the Knicks is the perfect fit for him, they go far in the playoffs, I could see him taking this. But the Knicks are kind of going all in on this season now. Are they going to make more trades? I don't know. But you got Brunson, who's playing at an all-star caliber level. Randall, maybe at an all-star caliber level. He's playing really good. I just don't know if he will make the team necessarily. And now they're bringing in OG Anunoby, a lights-out defender. Precious Achiuwa is on the last year of his deal. He's going to be going to free agency next year. That's not obviously a big piece for the Knicks in this trade. But again, they need big minutes, whether, you know, Achiuwa is a power forward, he's going to get power forward center minutes, whatever. They need those minutes from him. I know he's not the best of players, but that will help. If we take a look at the NBA standings, the Knicks are 7th in the East, so they are now in the play-in picture. They were in the top 6, I believe, for majority of the season, but they are now in the play-in picture. They are on a 2-game losing streak. Does it have their last 10? They are 5-5 in their last 10, which is barely off the screen, so you guys can't see that. The Raptors are out of the play-in picture. I don't expect them to really get in the play-in picture. Maybe. I mean, I don't really think so. They're 12-19, and it kind of looks like they're starting that rebuild. I would expect Pascal to be traded. In the comments, where do y'all think Pascal will get traded? Because he's another guy on an expiring contract that you might as well get rid of him. The Raptors kind of know you're not going anywhere this season. Might as well try and go get pieces. And I think that that was smart of them to go get RJ, who has 4 years of control basically. And that Pistons pick is a solid little addition. That's probably the piece that moved the needle for the Raptors. If the Knicks didn't add that, they probably wouldn't have did it. That's why it's in the trade. And I don't know, the Knicks probably didn't want to give that up, but to get a guy like OG Anunoby, who could be that missing piece, and I said they don't need that offensive production from RJ Barrett. OG Anunoby can give you solid offensive production. If we pull up his numbers, he was actually he's shooting pretty good this year. Yeah, so if we take a look at the basketball reference numbers, OG's put up 15, 4, and 3 on 48% from the field, 37 from the 3, which is pretty good. It's about his career average, 71 from the line. So that's not a good number, but 37% from the 3 is pretty good for a player that's known as, you know, a defender. If we go to RJ, he's shooting worse. You're not getting the same efficiency, 42% from the field, 33 from the 3-point line. And that's pretty much what RJ is. He's an offensive player, putting up 18, but on poor efficiency. He's not really giving you what you kind of need. If you want the Knicks to go far, I don't know if RJ's the fit. I don't know if RJ's the guy. Again, like I said, Brunson, Randall, the two guys, we could pull up their numbers as well. Brunson having an all-star caliber year. He should be an all-star. I don't know about a starter, but he's putting up 26, 4, and 6 on insane numbers. 47, 44% from the 3 is insane. That's 5% higher than his career average. 82% from the line. He's having a crazy year. If we look up Julius Randle, 23 points per game, basically 10 boards, 5 assists. I mean, he needs to stop shooting as many threes as he does. I like to see him attack the paint more. 28% from 3, but yeah, they can supply that offensive power. Then you bring in OG Anunoby to help on defense. I mean, the thing is, the East is so loaded with, you know, the Celtics, the Bucks, and the Sixers, really the main 3 teams, that it's like, is this smart? Is this going to work out? It could. It definitely, in my opinion, is a little bit of an improvement. Also, you can't forget who we really haven't talked about a lot. Emmanuel Quickly as well was in this trade, which is going to be a decent loss here for the Knicks. So if I had to say, thinking about the long-term picture, I would say that the Raptors won this trade. just because they got OG Anunoby gone. They got 4 years of RJ Barrett. You also got Quickly, but you're probably not going to have him. He probably won't get re-signed. You got that Pistons pick, which is a pretty solid pick. And for the Knicks, it's a good trade. It's an upgrade for now, but are you going to re-sign OG? Is he going to take that player option? How far will you go in the playoffs? Is an Eastern Conference Finals appearance a success with this OG Anunoby new team or whatever? I don't know, because in my mind, if you're going to make trades like this, you gotta really like make the finals. You gotta try to win it all. And so if the Knicks get bounced in the second round, this is looking like a loss for them. So we have some new tweets from Woj. We obviously have the original tweet, which we already looked at. Then he quote retweeted it and said that the Raptors are acquiring a 2024 second round pick from the Pistons, which I said, that's a pretty solid pick. New tweet 7 minutes ago, at least when I'm recording this. New York has been pursuing Anunoby for a significant period of time and now gets a head start on recruiting him to stay as a free agent in the summer. Anunoby's two-way talent has made him a target throughout the league, and now he lands in the Knicks lineup. So yeah, Woj is already talking about it, trying to recruit him to stay. So I guess maybe they were going to go after him in the offseason because, again, he has the player option. He probably would have declined that if he stayed with Toronto. So I guess the Knicks were going to pursue him in the offseason, but now they get him early and can try to convince him, I guess, to sign and, you know, potentially even sign long-term past that player option for the 2024-2025 season. This trade came out of nowhere. It really caught me off guard. You don't really see too many trades before the new year. Like, we're in December, and this is kind of a big deal trade. Like, how many crazier trades are we going to get than this one this season? I would put the number at like 3, maybe. I'll say 3 trades crazier than this one this season, but that's even pushing it. That's, you know, being a little generous. But yeah, this trade's crazy. I'm pumping out content every day on the channel. If you guys haven't subbed, make sure to sub up. It's a new channel. We're on the road to 800 subs. We're uploading daily on here. And click the video on your screen right here if you haven't seen it yet.